Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Kill10Rats. Let's play some StarCrawlers. Why? Because it's awesome! Yeah, this is a game that's still in early access at the moment, and it deserves way more attention than it's been getting, in my opinion. It's in a similar vein as, purely gameplay-wise speaking, as Legends of Grimrock. You have the movement by squares, basically. The combat system, though, is different. It's turn-based, it's not real-time, which was one of my personal gripes with Legend of Grimrock. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm probably in the minority here. In any case, it's got a really nice style to it, a really nice sense of humor to it, some pretty good writing. It is still in a fairly unfinished, yet quite playable state. You can do some of the story missions, and there's also procedurally generated missions that you can do on the side. Let's just have a look at the current state in Beta 3, Cantankerous Cat. Great name. And, just form our opinions on the game. Give it a quick look. Maybe a couple episodes, just to put some footage out there, get some eyes on it, hopefully. In case people are looking for it, what the current state of the game is. This is well worth your attention and well worth your time. If not for my rambling, then definitely for the game in and of itself, which is just fantastic. So, a new game, here we come. We have a bunch of classes that we can create right off the bat. But first, here's Luna. Here we are, boss. Terminus 9, hop for the sector. Maybe it's nicer inside than it looks from out here. Guess we'll find out together. Let's dock. Luna is our pilot, and she's gonna fly us into Terminus 9 now. Word is the bartender runs the wire here. The wire is your lifeline to accepting missions. He's the one you should talk to about getting some jobs. Plenty of creds to be made if we get on his good side. Time for a drink then. It's always time for a drink. Right, so here we have the classes. Excuse me. Cyber Ninja, Engineer, Force Psyker, Hacker, Smuggler, Soldier, Void Psyker. Quite a diverse setup. We have difficulty settings from easy to standard to challenge to hardcore. Let's go with challenge for now. I was thinking of giving the Smuggler a go because talking your way out of trouble seems like a good idea. Gonna go with a male. Kramak, Kratazi, Colrun, Daryl, Warren, Kaka. No, let's just go with Mal, because and here we are. That's our saloon where we can meet the bartender, and that's the first thing we should be doing. A haggard-looking bartender is working the bar, his mech arm continuing to wipe down the pitted counter as he sizes you up. Evening. Don't think I've seen you around here before. Let me be the first to welcome you to Station Terminus 9, Jewel of the Sector. Locals here call her Styx, for short. What's your poison? I guess poison. Terminus 9, what happened to the other 8? You'll find terminus stations scattered all around the fringes. I reckon whoever was in charge of naming them ran out of original ideas a few thousand parsecs in-world from here. Can I pour you the drink, or you want to take the walking tour too? Let's talk about how we can take advantage of my legendary skills to earn us both a lot of cred. Har! We're full up on bar stuff right now. He produces a filthy rag from his apron and rubs absent-mindedly at the counter. Taking a long drag from his cigar, he stares at you evenly. Ooh, that's how you're gonna play it. I'm a little overqualified for tending bar. I'm looking for something with a little more risk and a lot more reward. I'm just funning with you. It's not every day a new crawler shows up. Subtlety is a trait you might want to think about cultivating, by the way. Trouble is, my wire's on the fritz. Even if I wanted to give you a job, I can't get a signal right now. Maybe you could do me a favor and grab some spare parts from the basement? If I get her operational again, then we can deal. Wait, is this some kind of tutorial? Are you tutorialing me? Doc seems taken aback momentarily, but swiftly regains his composure. Well, yes, now that you mention it. But I do need the parts. Actually, hold up and listen, punk. Lesson 1 of crawling. Don't be too quick to turn down a paying job. They can all be high-stakes heists. Sometimes you got to make do with what's on offer, even if it's pilfering a shipload of stuffed space monkey bears. Wow, that's a mouthful. There's 10 credits in it for you if you succeed, and you might even learn something. Fair enough, I'll do it. Doc waves you off and turns to deal with a particular sturdy customer, calling to you over his shoulder as he goes, "Thanks much. Check the job board in a minute and head on down to the basement whenever. Watch out for Sutsi." Sutsi? To toss that guy out. Tab as long as my arm. Put the job on the board for you. So, as you can see how that works. Pardon me. So, any work available before you learn to crawl. There we go. There we have the mission review, or preview rather. Employer is Doc Sams, and the job type, and the danger rating, and the suggested level, which is, you know, just a nice presentation overall. The wire's offline because of a faulty transceiver module. Doc Sams wants you to head down to the Styx basement and look for a replacement part. Once the wire is active, he may be able to find you some paying work. We'll accept it, and we'll go with Mel, because we don't have the money to recruit another teammate, which costs 100 creds. And we're going to launch the mission. So far, so good. Now we're gonna get a first look at what the actual gameplay looks like. WASD, of course, and we can hold down the left mouse button to have our free look around. Really digging the graphics style here. It's a little bit... I hesitate to say Borderlandsy just because it's getting to become a sort of a tired old trope, but it does have that similar feel to it. Sort of, I guess, cel-shaded, you might call it. Here's our first little hidden item, or rather, the button that reveals a container, the hidden stash, and we get a Auroch tactical shield, which should be better than our current shield. Yeah, so let's check our loadout, pop the shield in, and we're good to go. The rest should be covered by the rest of the tutorial as well. There's also, I think, some sort of button somewhere here if memory serves. No? Many objects can be interacted with. Watch for the interact icon and click when the object is in range. We're clicking. Somebody has locked this door from the other side. You'll need to find the manual override if you want to get it open. Try using free look to search the room and find the obvious switch. There it is. Yes, thank you. I know. There's the obvious switch, and we'll obviously click it and move along over to the door. And we have some sort of events, maybe a little reminiscent of, I guess, FTL, maybe? As the door grinds open, a small hooded figure darts through and past you towards the exit door. It pauses at the exit and cautiously turns to face you. It appears to be a small child, probably a station urchin. Underneath the tatters of a filthy cloak, you see the glint of something shiny. So we have three options here: leave the urchin alone, order the urchin to hold still, or call out that you mean no harm. I think we're gonna go for the last one. You call out in a firm voice that you mean no harm. The child lingers a moment longer, studying you carefully, and then turns and slips into the shadows. Maybe we'll find out what that was about at some point. For now, let's have a look where we can proceed. There's some laser beams up there, which doesn't sound too appealing. Beams of flickering energy are being projected in front of the door ahead of you. Passive defense system like these lasers won't block your movement, however touching them is going to hurt a lot. You can interact with most traps if you approach cautiously, but there might be another way to disable the beams. There might indeed. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not what I wanted. Each class has abilities that will aid the team both in combat and exploring. When you gain a level, you will also gain one ability point. Assign your ability points using the character menu abilities. We're gonna do that now. Abilities are right here. With 3 skill trees that seem to go up to 8 at the moment. I guess this is the required level. Dirty moves, gunslinger, and cheap tricks. Dirty moves lets us use mines, flashbangs, that sort of thing. This is more your pew 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 type deal. And here we have, I guess, some random elements with some really strange skills in a way, like where you can invest, I think, credits to boost your damage. Sounds pretty wild. Probably some synergies in here that we can explore, especially also synergies with abilities of the other party members that we can potentially recruit, because the way the skills interact in this game is really nice in the turn-based combat. For now, let's pick the explosive trap and take some points in akimbo, because we want that. Or rather, I think I take 2 in explosive trap. That makes the likelihood bigger, and we also kind of want to go for, you know, the debuffing type of potential skill that might help us, you know, stay alive longer, not just have a pure damage dealer. We can recruit one of those later on, maybe. And yeah, that's our character done for the moment. So now that we have the skill, we can place a timed mine on the barricade, or just shoot it to pieces. Excuse me. Place a timed mine on the barricade and retire to a safe distance. Dirty moves too. Let's do that. And we're heading in here, and we have stuff, I think. Is that stuff? Hello? Are you stuff? You're not stuff. That looks like a med pack, actually, but I think it's not something we can pick up. Suspicious panel. And access panels like this one are a common sight in secure areas. Their primary function is to coordinate all local security systems in a room for ease of use by CorpSec personnel. Fortunately for you, this cuts both ways. If you can hack the interface, you may be able to disarm the security system. We are going to get our hacking on and manually hack the interface, which is sort of like a combat sequence in of itself. War, you're hacking the system. Your programs Thor, Loki and Freya are at the top of the screen along with the enemy AI. Click and hold an enemy to select an action. Release over an action to activate. Keep an eye on the alert level. If it reaches 11, you'll be kicked out of the system and the hack will fail. Where is the alert level? I guess this is this. So Freya is up, and we can restore hit points or reduce alarm. Freya is not particularly helpful. Oh, we can restore Thor's hit points, I guess, because he took a hit. I mean, Freya is particularly helpful if she isn't up first. That's what I meant to say. Loki has trickery. It stuns or chaos. It damages. I think we're gonna go for the stun. Oh. Exactly the opposite. We're gonna go for the damage. And crush or smite. Crush sounds a little better. And there, it got crushed. It's almost dead. It did some more damage to Thor, so let us heal again. And then Loki can maybe roll out the damage again. And we're done. Right. Very nice. So we are... Whoops. The hell? Oh, that's Sutsi. Oh, yeah. He's followed us, apparently. You've entered combat mode with the enemy. Both your team and your enemies are displayed on the timeline at the top of the screen. On your turn, click and hold on an enemy to display the ability wheel for an active character. Time units. Abilities have different time unit costs to activate. Fast abilities cost fewer time units. Slow abilities cost more time units, but hit harder. The time unit arrow will show where in the timeline the ability will place you. Let's go. So we have Sutsi here. We can chuck an explosive trap for a start to give us a potential little boost of damage further in the fight. That sounds like a plan. He uses polish, and now we're sparkly. You've just been hit with a status effect. You can find out more about active status effects by clicking on the battle icon at the top of the screen. Pardon me. Give it a go. Sparkles. Thoroughly scrubbed by Sutsi. Yeah, it's the cleaning robot on the loose. We are going for akimbo. And it would be nice if our mine would detonate anytime soon. But shoot first. And shoot again. Come on, mine. Blow up. I don't want to get any more polished than this. It's like no way to maintain a grimy smuggler reputation. Bam, bam, bam. Our mine didn't detonate. Oh well. But we got him down anyway. Victory! Click to continue. Right. Good. So, out in the corridor we go. And down to where Sudsy was. We have a container here. And it's loot! You found the module and some loot. Right-click items in the loot screen or click take all to grab the loot. To equip gear, you find use character menu loadout. We've already seen that. And we find a boomslang pistol. An uncommon pistol. This game seems to have this similar, you know, coloring pattern of green for uncommon and possibly blue for rare and purple for epic, of course. Let's take all. We have fetched the wire. Let's get that gun equipped. Load out and pop it in there. Very nice. More pew pew. And now we can head on out and give the wire to the bartender. Your mission is complete. Fetch the wire, do that. Do you want to return the sticks? Why, certainly we do. That should see us with enough credits to grab the next party member, hopefully. Although, 10. Rattle. Doc glances up as you enter. Well, hey there, hotshot. Looks like Sudsy was no obstacle, and you return victorious. Wire parts in hand. Do you do something different with your armor? It's sparkling. Very droll. You're fortunate I don't bill for bad jokes. And so am I. Ha! Just my way of having a bit of fun with the newbies. No hard feelings, eh? Don't worry about Sudsy. Gives our engineer Talry something to fix. Speaking of which, you should head over to her store if you're looking to gear up. Wire will be up and running shortly. In the meantime, Talry just posted a local job. Can you tell me some more about the station? Well, not much to tell us to interest you. We're Station Terminus 9, or Sticks if you're local. As the name implies, we're the ass end of nowhere, so you'll be getting most of your supply on station. Excepting what you can acquire on runs. Anyone I should meet? Talry Hobbs is the station engineer and runs the general store. She's a mite short, but a whiz when it comes to fixing up anything with mechanical parts. She also brings in a steady supply of weapons and armor from off-station and sells them at a decent price. So go see her, if your gear gets a little dicey. Anyone else? Lucas Filch works over in the medbay, doling out whatever tonics we can bring in this far-off world. He may be able to patch you up if you get into a bad scrape, but he's no miracle worker. He also sells medkits that can save your bacon in the field. Anything else? That's about all I know that might interest you. I'm hoping to get a few new amenities in the future, but we can talk more about that later. That's probably features that will be implemented in future builds. Excuse me, I had to edit out a cough there. Catch you later. Let's check the medical bay quickly for what services he's offering. A single medtech is on duty, but seems occupied with his tablet. After ignoring you for several minutes, he glances up. How can we help you today? And here we have revive teammate and reset ability points, so you can actually respec. He will also sell us some med gear. For the moment, we're gonna head over to the store, because that's where Tari is. Hey crawler, looking for some new gear? We've got weapons, armor, shields, and other assorted gear. There's an upgrade station in the back if you'd like to adjust your equipment. This, I think, applies for items uncommon and upward. You can upgrade them. And what have you got for sale? We do have the money to get a new teammate. That's actually pretty decent. This has no value, but it's also entirely crap, so let's just get rid of it. We could pick up the light armor for Mal here, which gives us a pretty decent dodge chance. Actually, a really good dodge chance. I like it. Let's get that. There's also the tactical shield that absorbs 8 damage, and I think a heavy shield somewhere. There's a heavy shield. Yeah, I think for our next teammate, I'd probably want to pick up a bit of a more tanky person. Let's see what we can get. Who's looking for work? The Cyber Ninja is more of a damage dealer. The Engineer is not a close combat fighter, so probably not the greatest tank in the world. I might be mistaken here, I haven't tried him out yet. But the Soldier definitely is a, you know, more of a meat shield type person with not the greatest sense of diplomacy. I'm gonna go with a female. I'm gonna, yeah, Jarazi, why not? Recruiter. And pop over back to the store so we can pick up maybe some heavy armor for her. 2 damage, 3 damage blocked. That's no good. Let's get the shield at least. I don't think I want the armor at the moment. That seems like a bit of a waste of money. Let's check the loadouts. So Mel gets this one. And here's Jarazi. Hers, yeah, she's got 4 as damage reduction, so that would have not been an upgrade. The shield, however, is the weapon, is a BFG, apparently imported from Doomland. And abilities, we should distribute. We give her the meat shield on 2, and we give her a frag grenade. This is more of the tanky, defense-based skill tree. Here we have the you know, potential to do some, I think, mostly AoE damage. And this is the, I guess, the oddball tree again. Yeah, sounds like this is the ability setup that we want. We've got that confirmed, so let's head back to Doc Sam's. Any work available? Distressing signals. That's the job that Talry put on the board. Talry Hobbs, the Styx engineer, is looking for a crew to investigate a distress beacon coming from a salvage junker in the area. Investigate the ship for surviving crew and do anything you can to help them out. I think this is the first actual story mission and not one of the procedurally generated ones because it's always the same. And now we get 100 XP, 100 credits and 500 XP if we complete it. We'll accept it. We'll go both, you know, we can leave team members home, but let's just get them both because the experience is well worth it. And launch a mission.